Hello everyone. In today's video, we will continue with our third unit, Yoga and Lifestyle. And in this video, we'll discuss asanas, how to perform asanas, how to do the asanas, their benefits and contradictions. We will cover all the asanas in two parts. This video is part 1. And in today's video, we will cover 8 asanas. So let's move on with the first asana. It is Vajrasana. The starting position is sitting with your legs in the front, arms resting on the side, and then the step 1 is hold your left ankle with your left hand, bend a little right side and move the leg from the knee and bring your ankle under your left hip or left buttock. Then do the same with the right side. After doing it, make sure that your toes are overlapping. Your toes must be over each other and your heels are towards side. Your hips must be resting between the space of your heels, and make sure that your arms are in front, relaxed, and hands are resting on your knees. Your back must be straight, erect, and you can close your eyes and deep breathe for 10 to 15 to 20 seconds or as per the comfort of an individual. After doing this, the releasing position is bend a little right side, move the left leg back straight, and then do the same with the right side. Relax your legs in the front and rest. The benefits of Vajrasanas are, it is a meditative posture, so it helps to increase concentration. It improves digestive system, and please note that it is the only asana which can be performed after taking meals. This strengthens our muscles of thighs and calves. Contradiction: if anybody is suffering from chronic knee pains, must not do this asana. Let's move on to the next asana, Hastottanasana. Hastottanasana, the starting position is stand straight with arms on the side. When arms on the side and body straight, erect, the step 1 is raise your hands up slowly while inhaling and interlock your fingers over your head. After reaching this position, slowly bend towards your right side while exhaling. When you can bend up to the maximum capacity as per individual, comfortably how much you can bend, you must go till that point, and then hold that position 5 to 10 seconds or as per individual's comfort. Then slowly come back to the center while inhaling and do the same to the left side also. After coming back to the center again while inhaling, you can simply bring your hands down slowly and come back to the resting position. Now these are the benefits of Hastottanasana. It strengthens the muscles of the back. It also enhance the flexibility of your spinal column while doing the stretching. It reduces the pain in neck, shoulder and arms. It is beneficial for increasing height of growing kids. The contradiction is, if anybody got backache, hernia, abdomen related issues, must not do this asana. Next asana is Trikonasana. It is also known as triangle posture because individual used to form that triangular kind of shape. So to start with, the starting position is same as in Hastottanasana, straight standing position with arms on the side. Then first step, move your legs apart slowly around 2 feet and then slowly raise your arms up. After achieving this second position, move towards your right side. Make sure that right arm is touching your right toe. If not possible, go as much you can. And make sure that left arm is at 180 degree. It must not be down. If not possible, go as much you can. It always take care that you must not force yourself while doing asanas. It can also be beyond 180 degree if possible for someone. Then slowly come back to the starting position and bring your arms down and bring your legs back and relax. The benefits of Trikonasanas, it enhances, first of all, it enhances the flexibility of your back, spinal column. And then we can also say that it stretches up the muscles of trunk, legs, spines, hip, and it enhances the flexibility. This is the point. Then it helps in increasing height of growing child. It is also very valuable or helpful in that. It relieves the pain in neck and back if someone is feeling mild pain. Do not practice this asana. Contradiction is if someone has severe backache, if someone got serious back injury or serious back cramps or back ache, must not perform this asana. Next asana is Ardha Matsyendrasana asana. The procedure of this asana is again sitting straight like as we did in Vajrasana. Legs straight, resting, arms on the side. Then step 1 is hold your right leg from the ankle and bend it from the knee. Keep your heel under your left buttock. After doing this, hold your left side ankle and bend the knee and bring your ankle towards the right knee, as you can see in the center picture. After achieving this position, move a little towards your left, overlap your left knee with your arm and hold your ankle with your right hand. Hold your left ankle with your right hand and turn your back towards back, look towards back side as much you can. After doing this, you can repeat the same for another side as well. And to come back to the normal position, move your arms straight, turn your back around, face straight, and then slowly bring your legs back to front position. These are the benefits of Ardha Matsyendrasana. It benefits in improving concentration. This posture gives the right and left twist to the spinal column. It enhances the flexibility of spinal column as well. It actually used to stretch every vertebra column. It is very helpful in enhancing vertebra flexibility. It helps to bring trunk muscles in proper tone. It enhances the muscle tone of the back. It reduces digestive issues. Contradictions are person suffering from panic ulcer, hernia, any liver issues or abdomen issues or back problem must not perform this asana. Next is Bhujangasana. It is also known as cobra posture. As you can see in the picture, it looks like a snake when we are in final position. So the starting position is lie down in proline position. Proline, as I told you, proline is when we are lying on the floor and our abdomen is towards the floor and back is towards the sky. So proline position, lying, is the starting position. Then bend your arms, bring your palms next to your shoulders. Slowly bend your arms and raise your upper body or front body up. Try to look towards the sky. To come back to the normal position, you can simply and slowly come back down, bend your arms back and relax the body. The benefits of Bhujangasanas are this asana makes spine flexible. It solves digestive problems. It also stretches your abdomen muscles. Rectus abdominis muscles are stretched with this asana. It helps in enhancing focus. The contradiction is if anybody is having any back pain, hernia or abdomen issue, must not perform this asana. Next is Paschimottanasana. The starting position is again same. Resting position, legs in the front, arms resting on the side. Now, after sitting like this, lock your fingers, move forward slowly and hold your toes with your fingers. If you cannot hold your toes, it's not possible for you, go towards front side or move forward as much you can. Then try to touch your knees with your forehead between your arms. If it is not possible, bend as much you can comfortably. Do not force yourself. Then if it is possible to reach any particular point, if you can touch your knees with your forehead, do it. Otherwise, do as much you can and hold that position as much comfortable for you, or 10 to 15 seconds. Then coming back is slowly move your back straight, leave the toes, bring your arms on the side and relax. The benefits of Paschimottanasana: it give a good posterior stretch. Posterior means back side. This particular asana used to stretch all the back side muscles, starting from calf, rear thigh, lower back. All the back side muscles of human body are stretched with this asana. It enhances the flexibility of these muscles as well, and it is very helpful in correcting postural deformities. The contradiction is, if anybody suffering from abdomen issues, abdominal ulcer, or back problem, back pain, or slip disc issue, or heart disease, must not perform this asana. Next is Pavan Mukta Asana. The starting position for Pavan Mukta Asana is simple, straight spine line position. Now, spine line is lying on the floor with your back towards the floor and abdomen towards the sky. After lying in the spine line position, bend your knees towards your chest, interlock your fingers and hold them, pull them towards the chest, then releasing your breathe and raise your neck. Try to touch your chin with the knees if possible. If not, try to do as much you can. Hold this position for 5 to 10 seconds or as much you can comfortably, and to come back to the normal position, release your legs, move your arms back in resting position, bring the legs back in resting position, bring your neck again back in resting position and relax. The benefits of Pavan Mukta Asanas: this asana help in increasing digestive power. It also help in releasing the trapped gases in our intestines or digestive tract. It helps in releasing another kind of toxics in our digestive system. It actually pressurize our intestines, and that is how it help our digestive system. It's kind of massage to the intestines. It help in dissolve extra fat deposited in abdomen region. Contradiction: do not practice if suffering from severe back pain or abdomen injuries. Sukhasana. This is the next asana. The starting position is again like Vajrasana. Sit straight with your legs in the front, arms on the side. Then slowly hold the right ankle and bend the leg from the knee and keep it under the left hip or thigh. Then do the same with another leg, bend it from the knee and keep it under another leg. Make sure that when both the legs are in cross leg position, your back is straight. You must not be sitting relaxed. You must be straight, erect, and your wrists are resting on your knees. This is called Sukhasana, and it is a meditative asanas. The benefits of Sukhasana: it stretches and lengthens your spine. As we sit with our spine and back very straight, it helps in lengthening and stretching our spine. It calms your mind. It's a very relaxed position to do meditation. It is very easy to perform, and anybody can perform this if someone is not having any injury. Enhance your condition of peacefulness. It enhances the level of your comfort, mental comfort. It is very helpful in reducing the anxiety and stress level in your body. It improves the body posture. It also helps in reducing fatigue, tiredness. Contradictions: people who have experienced any kind of knee injury or any problem with the leg must not do this, or must avoid this. Avoid in case of any joint injury or back injury as well, or knee injury also. And person who have slip disc, again a back injury, must not do this. Thank you. We will cover all remaining asanas in our next video.